Is it busy, beautiful cover girl? That was gross. Hey guys, what's up? This is Hope Slice here, and welcome to another Hope Slice of Life video. So I am so sorry that there was not a video last week. I came back home a couple of days ago, and the second day I was home, our internet went out because AT&T is just such an awesome service. I'm just saying. I have just now been able to finally sit down and record a video. So sorry for last week, but I'm back this week, and I'm back with a purpose, and I'm back, baby. I'm back. But I want to talk about some of my favorite items from the month of March and just talk to you about them and recommend them to you. And yeah, let's get started. First one is my most absolute favorite thing from March. And I don't know if you can really tell what it is, but it is the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer. And it is in the shade 15, which is fair because I'm super pale and I need the lightest shade that there is. So I've been looking for the perfect concealer since around like October. And my CoverGirl concealer, it lasted a very long time, but I just didn't really like it. It would look pretty good underneath my eyes and on my spots for about an hour or so, but then it just looks like I had nothing on at all. So after I got through most of that concealer, I was on the hunt for another concealer. I saw someone on YouTube use this, and I thought, man, I gotta check this out. This looks really cool, and I'm so glad I did. It just works really well underneath my eyes, and it stays there for a long time. There is a little bit of creasing, I will admit, but overall, I'm very happy with the product, and after I run out of this one, I have a couple more that I would like to try concealer-wise, but I know that this one works, and I am very happy with it. So my next item, it is actually kind of an eyeshadow primer, and this is Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. It is in the shade Champagne. Basically, you can put this on right before you put on your eyeshadow, so it helps your eyeshadow stay in place and not crease as much during the day. Or you can just put it on by itself as kind of an eyeshadow. You can just leave it on just like that. And basically that's what I've been doing on days when I don't have a lot of time to fuss around with my eyeshadow. It's super easy. You just put it on your finger and then you put it on your eyelid. You can spread it out with your finger, or some people use an eyeshadow brush themselves to spread it out. I've been trying to get better at bronzing and actually highlighting my skin lately. And I went to Sephora because I saw this palette at Sephora. And what it is, it's a little kit right here, but it has bronzer, highlighter, and blush, all three in one little palette. And I just thought that was really cute and really simple, especially since I already knew how to use blush, but I haven't ever tried to do bronzer or highlighter before. I'm trying to get better at that this year. So I went to Sephora. The lady over there, I wish I remembered her name because she was so helpful, but she put the shade of blush actually on my hands, and I saw it, how it appeared on my cheeks, which is kind of a little light shade. And she said overall that these would just be 3 good colors for my skin tone. This is in this shade. It's really confusing because obviously it's a naked palette, but it actually says naked twice. It's naked, flush, naked. I don't know why they do that. That's very confusing. But the actual palette that I went with was naked in general. So if you want to know, that's what it is. I've also been experimenting with some eye creams lately. I just wanted something for my eyes that will help hydrate them more. I found this, and this is Neutrogena's Rapid Wrinkle Repair Eye Cream right there. And what it is, it's basically, I put this on after I take off all my makeup at night. I squeeze a little bit onto my finger right there, and then I just dab it on. I will say I got a little freaked out at first because on the back it says, important, you may experience mild redness, a warm tingling sensation, or flaking skin. Okay, but then it says at the bottom, these are normal temporary indications that the formula is working. And then it says, obviously, if this continues, you need to call a doctor and stuff like that. I did experience a little bit of a tingling sensation underneath my eyes, but it didn't hurt at all. It was only the first couple of times that I put this on that I noticed this. This is really cool because after about a week of using it, I noticed a big difference in my under eyes, and that there's a whole lot less wrinkles and it's a lot smoother for when I put on my concealer in the morning. And I will say that it actually worked, and I'm so happy with how my under eyes look now because of this. Fifth product that I want to talk about today. This might be really weird that I want to talk about this, but I have loved these so much. They have also made my skin very happy. And it is the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes. Now this is what I've been using lately to take off my makeup at nighttime. And I know this is really weird to include in the favorites probably, but I just love it because the towelettes that I have been using to remove my makeup have been pretty harsh on my skin and not very soft at all. And they also are just really wet. So it just makes my skin really wet, so then I have to worry about that. But these have been awesome because not only are they really soft on my skin, but they're also not as wet or as damp as some of the other towelettes that I've used. It's just something really simple that I've liked, but it's also made a big difference in how I take off my makeup at night. And it's also just made it a whole lot easier. So something simple, but something that I've loved. My next item is a treat that I have been eating constantly. This probably should have been in my January favorites, but I wasn't thinking about it at all. And it is Twix, the Unwrapped bites. Now these are just little Twixes. Now this is just like the candy bar basically, except that it's bite size. And they are, ooh, that's a weird shaped one. But they're basically a shape like this size, and there is a little bit deceiving because since they're smaller, I don't feel as guilty if I eat a lot of them, but they're still really good. And if I need a little bit of chocolate, I'll put one in my mouth, just like I did now. Now, for those of you who know me, you know that it wouldn't be a monthly favorites if I didn't include what candle I have been loving for the past month or so. I went back and forth on two candles that I've been burning a lot lately. Both of them are from Bath & Body Works, of course, because I love those scented candles. But I ended up going with this one, and this is the Love Candle Hearts and Flowers, Pink Peonies, Sparkling Orange, and Sweet Blueberries. And I just love it because it smells exactly like you think it would. And I know that doesn't really help you with how it smells, but if I were to smell love, like if I were to walk up to a couple and smell them, this is what I would imagine them to smell like. It smells like a pleasant time, like you're chilling at home and you just feel really lovey-dovey. I don't know how to explain it, but I really like it. And the other one that I really loved is Island Margarita. That's also a really fruity type of candle that I've been loving and I've been burning a lot because I love fruity candles. Those are my favorite type of candles to burn. And if you have watched my first video, my 25 questions video, you will know that I am obsessed with reality shows. And I have found a new reality show to help feed my guilty pleasure, and that is The Challenge. The way The Challenge works is that it's pretty much different every season. There's a couple of guys who appear on each season, but also a couple of girls, obviously. And they're either playing by themselves or they're playing in teams of two teams pit against each other, or 3 teams, 4 teams. It's just crazy how it all works out. Every week they have a challenge itself. I think the team that comes in last is automatically going to elimination challenge. And then another team is voted in by the rest of the teams to also go into the elimination round. So there's an actual challenge to see who's the winner and who wins money that week if they're the #1 team. And there's also an elimination round to see that week who goes home. It goes on until the end where there's 3 teams who go into the final challenge, which usually exists over 2 to 3 days with your teammates or by yourself. And the first place winner gets money. They get the biggest sum of money. Second place, smaller amount of money. And then third place gets some kind of money in there as well. What also is cool is that it brings people from past seasons into the newer seasons. And I have a couple of favorites that I keep gravitating towards, like Johnny Bananas, CT, Cara Maria, just all these kind of people that I love. And the last item that I want to talk about is something I am very far behind on the bandwagon with, and I mean like a year behind on this. I have had so many people last March, I believe, talk to me about this movie, or I've heard about the movie on Facebook, or I've heard about it on YouTube, and I just refuse to give into the hype of it until now. That would be the movie The Maze Runner. Now, my parents got this for me for Christmas, and I was actually considering going back and returning this at Walmart because I just wasn't sure, honestly, if I really was going to like it because it had so much hype built up around it. For some reason, I kept on to this, and this past month, I believe, or maybe the end of February, I can't remember, I watched this with my sister Charity, and we loved it. Well, I don't know if she loved it, but I loved it. In this heart-pounding survival thriller based on the best-selling novel, Thomas wakes up trapped in a massive, ever-changing maze with a group of boys who have no memory of the outside world. Facing dangerous obstacles at every turn, especially the deadly grievers that roam the concrete corridors at night, Thomas and the others must face to piece together clues in order to discover their true purpose and find a way out before it's too late. And I like this movie, and I think it's because I like the Hunger Games so much, and it's kind of like Hunger Games in the fact that it's dystopian-ish, like meaning futuristic. And I just honestly think it's really unique, and who would have ever thought to like write a storyline about a maze and a group of boys and a whole 4-book series to write about. I am very excited to see the second one. I think it comes out later this year sometime, I'm not sure. But I don't think I can wait that long, honestly, because I'm probably going to read the second book until then. Or if not, I'm just going to go ahead and get the first book of The Maze Runner and just read it. Just because I really like it and I'm really interested to see what happens. That's my March favorites. Thank you for holding with me as I ramble on, as I'm a hot mess today. Because if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any March favorites yourself, please leave them in the comments below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next Friday with another Hope Slice of Life video. Goodbye. Oh, I don't know, what are we gonna do today? I don't know. And it is in the shade Champagne. Champagne? No, that's not a word, Champagne. And I'm getting really hot. I'm so delirious. Alright, mate. Perfection. Because anyway, you don't really want to use an eye cream that works really quick. There's no way that would be safe. Just saying.
It's gonna take forever to get that. I shouldn't have ate one. That was a bad decision.
I found a new reality show to kind of, I don't know. I found a new, I can't talk today. I just can't do it. I can't do it. It's The Maze Runner. Let us all take a deep breath together. Okay, so enough of being dramatic.